Hello everyone, and welcome on back to First Light. In last episode, we built this glorious church and expanded the cemetery down behind me, and I was thinking today we take a step back from doing big exterior projects like this with a lot of outside decor and detailing, and we head down into this little west side of town to work on our bee cave passageway in under the cleric's tower and brewhouse area. I think that'll be such a cute, fun project for today, and I would love to add an auto bee farm in there. But first of all, I do have a few things I want to head over to the cemetery and do. Let's fly on down. I still just love how this area came out. Now, I did come through here earlier, and I kind of wanted a fireplace here on this build, so I've added one for now, but I'm not 100% sure I want to keep it. I don't know how much I love it, so let me know in the comments down below if you think it's better or worse with this one here. I'm not 100% sure. I like the black stone, I like the fireplace, I think it's something different, but I don't know if it stands out too much or not. I could still revert this back to the other way, the old way it was in last episode, but I'm just not sure yet. Now, the main reason I was coming over here today is because we had a few people over in my lovely Discord request gravestones of their own, so I will be picking a few here today to put these on. So here lies Finchstar, gone but not forgotten. Can be this one here, and there was a request for a tiny little not sane moment. I'm thinking we dig down over here and just write in a little not sane. Just like that. How's that? It's a little hidden away, and then I will come back through and decorate these graves for everyone when I get to that. We've got one there for Esmeralda. I like putting the signs on these bigger ones where I've got room to work with, make it fun. That's Mine's cat over there. That's my friend Osi. Oh, this one could use something. Let's do someone here. Here lies Peachest, perhaps. Here lies Peachest. Dead. Oh, no, wait. Let's do the next line down. Dead and even deader. There we are. Wonderful. All right, we've got Peter and Tony over there. Oh, maybe back here. I think we need some love back over here. Let's move this flower, and then right here. Here lies my dear friend Archsloth. Gone. Oh. Gone and forgotten. With a little crying face. Beautiful. Incredible. Alright, I love that. Slowly but surely filling up our graveyard. I'm gonna go grab some flowers and a little bit of decor just to do these graves up a bit, and then I think we're gonna get straight into today's episode. Alright, so I have just come through the cemetery with a little bit of flower and sea pickle action, and we have these done up graves now for everyone that requested one. There's one over here. We've got a little bit of lilac action. I couldn't put sea pickles in front of it because it would interrupt the walkway here, but it's still, I think, a very lovely grave. And just over here as well, I did up this little area with some more sea pickles and rosebush action. So that is all finished. Don't forget to let me know about that chimney because I'm still just not 100% sure. But I think it is time we head on over to the bee cave, and I can show you what we're starting with so you know where we began this transformation. Let's head on down here. Hello all my bees. This is the bees we currently have. This is my little bee workstation house. Lots going on back there, but this is the cave I'm talking about, which I really love what we're starting with in terms of this decorated hill with the tree growing up on top of it. I would love to bring some kind of tree in there, but I just don't want it to clash with the storehouse. I don't know how I would put one in. I'm just not sure yet, but this here is what we are working with for our bee cave. I have started digging this one out a little bit. The biggest thing I'm concerned about is that right there. That is the basement of our brew house. And I really like having it there. I think it's a great addition to the brew house build. The problem is that it's protruding into the ceiling of our bee cave, and I don't want to lower the ceiling of the bee cave beyond that point. I really did want it to be quite a big, fun room to walk through. So I'm gonna have to try and decorate it and do it up a bit, and if not, I'll just have to get rid of it. Otherwise, this is what I've started with for the bee cave, but I'm thinking of lowering this floor quite a bit more and making it a bit more of a drop down, then connecting up these upper points with a little like spruce bridge or something of that type, so you can run through the passageway over the top of the whole lower bee cave area where I will be housing all of my bees. Well, not all of them, they'll still be the ones out here, but the army expansion will be down here in the cave. So I'm gonna go gather up some materials, start digging this out a bit more, and let you know when I've got some foundations laid out for this piece. Bringing you all back in here, I have what I'm thinking for the bee cave mapped out a little bit more now, and I am so excited to have this in our world. I think it adds so much depth to the area, and that you could run in underneath a bunch of builds through this other cave that is also its whole own fully decorated area, and I really love it. Haven't quite figured out what to do about that yet, but I have started mapping out the bridge, which I will need to turn these into slabs or stairs, so it's just a smooth walk up either side. So this will be how you traverse in through the cave, and then all down here I've started growing the grass in along all of this dirt that I've been placing, and I've been turning all these stone walls into actually stone and shaping these out for quite a while. I want it to be quite a natural looking cave with a kind of lush little garden down below where I will have a bunch more bee boxes, and I'm not 100% sure how I want to incorporate the auto bee farm, but I'm almost thinking I do up this little piece and then take inspiration from that to add another little hanging house or two in this cave. I'm not 100% sure, I'm really not. I am going to be playing around with it, but I put this little pond in down the bottom here that we can jump down to, and here will be our nice little bee cave grove. This is the cave thus far. And this one here is a fully functional ladder. This one's a bit broken. But I just kind of left it a bit busted up because I did have one going straight down initially, but as I shaped out the wall, obviously it pushed back a heap of it, and there was no longer like a singular flat long surface that would work for taking the ladder up. So I just kind of busted that one up, but I left this one functional, made a tiny little gap for it to sneak on up there through, and I really love how this is coming out. This has gotten a lot bigger since you last saw it, and there's a lot of work to be done in terms of even just the stonework on these walls. But I think I'm gonna get into the texturing, well, at least the stone shaping, and then I think I will map out what we're doing for the auto bee farms. That sounds like fun. Progress over here at the bee cave, which still is not much of a bee cave because there's no foliage or bees in here yet, but I have just spent a incredibly long amount of time working on the stone all throughout here. I brought in slabs, stairs, walls. I mottled the whole thing with andesite and then brought in a tiny scattered splash of the cobblestone throughout just for a little bit of extra depth. And then down at the bottom near where all the grass is, I brought in some mossy just to tie the green in a bit more, like it's growing upwards from where all the grass is, which I really like. And what I just finished up doing is this piece here. This is just something super simple, but I thought it could be a really great way of just fixing up and making this basement look a little bit better on the outside, hanging down from the ceiling here. And I actually really like how it's come out. I think it adds quite a bit to the cave. So what I'm thinking for our auto bee farms is take inspiration from this for 2 more little houses in the walls here. I'm almost thinking something here and something maybe over here, a bit lower down, and have one of them just have like 2 little pods of auto honeycomb farms and 2 little pods of auto honey farms, or just even 1 and 1 could actually be fine. Because I won't need a lot of it, but I just thought it would be great to incorporate it into this build. So I think I'm going to do 2 more little kind of hanging houses in the cave walls here, and then have all our natural bee grovey stuff down there, just a few little bee houses, maybe a custom tree or 2, make it all really nice and lush. So I'm super excited to bring that next lot of stuff in. I'm really hoping I can make these little houses look good. I really don't want them to take away from the feel of the place, so I don't want them to be too big or too much. So I guess I'm gonna get straight into trying to figure those out, and I will let you know how they're going. I really love how I said it was just gonna be a little bee cave for me to have some more bees living in, and now it's become quite the mini project. I've got 4 houses in here now, though that one of course is just kind of the cover over the externals of the brew house basement. I have been down in here for another hour or 3 building in a few little houses into the walls, which I just really love. It's not at all what I was initially planning for this build. I was really thinking something super organic and lush, and I'm definitely still gonna give it that feel, but it just feels a bit more like a home, a place for the living, for the bee things to occur. We can jump on down here into the pond and we can see our houses. I really love this. I'm so excited to bring in a few custom trees and some bushwork and just be standing in here with shaders on. I think this is gonna be a really cool place to be with shaders on. I'm so excited. But first I have to finish this place. Currently what we've got is this bigger one of the 3 houses over here with this little staircase leading up to it is gonna be our honeycomb farm. So this is our auto farm. This one isn't working and I'm not sure why. I think it could just be that I don't have the right number of bees. Oh, I haven't put in any shears. That'd be it. That's, you know, that does kind of make sense. So that is going to be our auto honeycomb farm basically, and I'm of course going to do some kind of interior decor. I could not cope leaving it like this, and I hate that it is currently like that. But I will fix it before I show off the place in shaders. Don't worry. And just over here as well, this little one on ground level is going to be our little beekeeping base, if you will. It's going to be beds, workstation. So currently it's of course my shulkers and the stuff that I'm working out of while I'm doing this project. And then in through here as well, this is currently the little passageway that heads up to the final house. I'm really not sure how I want to get up here yet. I think that works for now, but I might change it up and do up something different later. I will be building in up here 2 more auto bee farms, but this time they'll be honey farms as opposed to the honeycomb farms that I am having down there in the honeycomb house. So that is basically what I've got with these little structures and the plan thus far. And I'm gonna keep them pretty light on the interiors. I really wanted them to be more facades of houses, just with the little automatic pieces hidden inside, and then just a tiny little 1-room crafting and sleeping base just here, nothing fancy. And then for this exterior, I'm thinking of bringing in a few custom trees, maybe some tiny waterfalls and some bushwork, and then this place will be ready to call done and be witnessed in shaders. I am so excited. Are you ready? Alright everyone, we are here, the shaders are on, and I have been working away at this build for quite a while now. I haven't looked at it yet in shaders. I've been staying over here by the tree, trying not to catch any glimpses before we go see it together. But I'm really hoping this place has turned out just as well as I wanted it to. Here we are, this is our bee cave. Oh my gosh. Yes, this is exactly the atmosphere I wanted. This is so green and so lush. It's got all the honey, the little houses. Now, I did just skip on the interior of basically all of this for now because I think we are very, very out of time for today's episode in terms of how much time I have to record. If I were to try and get these interiors done, I think it would be a number more days before this episode could go out. So I was just gonna call it at all this exterior detailing I have done, but I just love how this place has turned out. And I have brought a few bees down here. I think there should be 3 down here somewhere. What is... Oh, also my villager breeder is like in the floor right underneath this. Everything's so close together. Hello there. It's a little baby bee. Oh, that's so cute. I just adore this place. I think this has come out so, so cute. It's so lush and so cozy. It's like you're in your own tiny world when you're down here in the bee cave, which I really, really love that. I've got all these flowers brought through, a bunch of tiny waterfalls, which this particular one over here as well, I think we should actually be able to go up. Is it? Will it work? Oh, it will if we do a little bit of parkour. Oh, very nice. Wait. That's kind of awesome. Which, of course, we do still have that ladder right there. But this is the bee cave that we have been working on today. And I just love how this one has come out. I'm not going to go into too many of the builds because, as I said, I didn't end up doing the interior on those. I will probably do it up and show those off at the start of next episode here in First Light. But let me know in the comments down below if you love this build as much as I do. What's your favorite thing about it? Do you love the little honey details, the texturing, all the stonework, all the leaves? I love the bushy leaves. I'm a big fan for the greenery with the hint of the honey. I love all the little houses. I was not expecting to have a bunch of little houses in the bee cave when I was initially thinking about the concept, but I think it's come together so, so well. And I think that is about all we have time for today. So if you haven't already, leave a like, comment, subscribe. Let me know what you thought about today's episode. I would love so, so much to hear from you. And thanks for staying all the way to the end. It means a lot. And I will see you in the next one. Bye-bye.